Final qualification game in the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. These two teams, having come through the qualification rounds, Nigeria finished second in their group, Greece finishing third. Going to look at the schedule for today's games. We've seen a classic game between China and Japan earlier on. China really playing well to win 87-81. France and Turkey, and then the nightcap, Spain and Senegal, will finish off the quarterfinal qualification round. And now Nigeria and Greece never played each other in any competition. In fact, Greece have only ever played one African team, and that was Senegal in 2010, where they won. Nigeria, until 2 games ago, had never won a game in the World Cup. Then they've gone 2 straight and find themselves second place qualifier from their group. Coach Otis Hewley for Nigeria just mentioned his family had an incident in the car last night. I think they had to go for treatment in the hospital. Obviously, our wishes are with them and hope that they recover and don't take anything away from the achievement, obviously, of Coach Hewley getting Nigeria into this stage of World Cup qualification. So Greece will be introduced to the crowd here. Gives me a chance to introduce Teresa Branlova, the former Czech international. Teresa, this is a game of contrasting styles, contrasting histories. Everything is a contrast in this game, which normally means we're going to have a great one.
I just hope so, to be honest, because I'm excited to see this game, how Greece is going to manage the quickness and athleticism within the Nigerian roster. And on the other hand, I really want to see how Nigerian team is going to manage the, let's say, slow offensive and defensive game of a Greek team. So I think we have loads to look forward to in this game and see, because obviously Nigeria had like 5 players in double digits last game, which could really play in favor in this game for them. On the other hand, Greek team is like a machine. They've been together for so long and they work together so well. They know about each other, support each other, and never give up. So it will be kind of like a battle of strategies and game plans in this game. Greece against Nigeria.
Well, the Nigerian team being introduced now to the fans here in Santa Cruz. Well, there was a little bit of concern about whether or not Aisha Mohammed would recover. Took a bit of an injury in the game yesterday, but she looks ready to go. I don't think anything would stop her playing in this game. She's so important, gives them so much size and stability on the inside. Coach Hewley and his staff have done a marvellous job breaking new ground for Nigeria. Nothing to lose for them against one of the powerhouses of world basketball in Greece. We'll be back to talk about it more after the national anthems, and the first national anthem will be of Greece. And now the national anthem of Nigeria. coaches and players exchanging the mementos, or will be exchanging mementos at the halfway line. And they're going to look at the two rosters and starting lineups in a moment, but such is world basketball at the moment. A lot of the Nigerian players play in clubs in Europe. Obviously, Evelyn Akator has played in the NBA. Here's his third team on the floor: Mr. Bermudez, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Boya from Mexico, Venezuela, and Australia, respectively, the officials for this second quarterfinal qualification game. Great thing about Greece, so we're going to get to have a look at their roster right now, is that it doesn't matter who they're playing against. Greek basketball has a way of playing. We were fortunate we saw them beat Russia in a major upset in the last Eurobasket. They just find a way to win.
They do, and they're taking like really well-run watches. They know, and the cooperation on the court, offensively and defensively, the communication between them is just a pleasure to watch, because you don't have any doubts that they're going to work together well. This is the lineup of Pavlopoulou, Maltsip, Spanu, Kautsidu, Fasua. They've been together so long. And Evina Maltsip, she's averaging 15 points per game. She's one of the 4 guards at this tournament averaging this number. And Korea has done a great job yesterday to cut her off the ball. But even though she hasn't been contributing in that last game by points, she was contributing. Just her presence on the court helps her teammates. And also she is able to drag the defense and deliver the ball to her teammates.
Well, the Nigerian roster, well, it's highlighted by Hakator, but Zara Goki, Aisha Mohammed, as I said, these guys really know how to get the job done at this tournament. 2 wins, first time ever, and there's the starting lineup.
Yeah, Adora Elonu, experiences from the Europe, Evelyn Akator, experiences from NBA, from America, and any player you look at it, you see that they played together, so they have experience with the international basketball. And Evelyn Akator, she had double in past 2 games at this championship, so we will probably expect from her again a great performance today. And the key element is as well the foul troubles, because obviously Nigeria plays on the level, on the border of the physicality and fouls, non-fouls. So it will be interesting to see if an experienced Greek team is going to deal with it. Here we see Nigerian coach Otis Hackley. He has been really putting up a great game plans at this tournament for his team of Nigeria. On the other hand, Konstantinos Keramidas, again, he's just a piece into that Greek puzzle, well-worked puzzle, let's say, for that nation.
Well, we just had the ball presentation off screen by a young, very nervous Spanish fan. Didn't drop the ball, but got it to the official. Konstantinos Keramidas, has he got the Midas touch? Well, his qualification to this World Cup was a surprise to many people, but the way he conducted this team for a tournament was great last year. He's done the same thing here. And again, are we looking at the last game for Ithani Multi, or are we not? That's one of the intriguing questions. There's a little bit of a backdrop to these games, because her career started over 17 years ago on the national team. Some people are happy to play once, let alone 17 years worth of national team basketball. That's without all the time she played in age group competitions. So phenomenal career, and we keep saying she's not going to want to go out on a loss. Well, the only way she'd do that is if you've got a gold medal here. So she's going to go out on a high. Well, she's already in the qualification stages of a World Cup, so she's already done that. Let's not take anything away from anybody. Referee's a little bit impatient now, as both teams taking a while to get themselves ready to play. Mari Fasula, the number 34 for Greece, is going to be in a battle all night. Every time she's on the floor, you know, really is going to have to do an overtime shift on the glass to help this Greek team come up with a win. Neither team shoots the ball well. Let's put that right out there. That means rebounding is going to become absolutely crucial. The 2 worst field goal percentage teams in the tournament going up against each other. So Greek heads against Nigerian physicality. Well, welcome to Tenerife. Nigeria in the white, Greece in the blue. Second of the qualification for the quarterfinal games of the Women's World Cup. And it looks and is like it's going to be Nigeria's basketball. They get into the half court. And Multi makes sure that the referee saw the swinging elbow. Akita has it knocked around the inside, stays with it, Spanish goes straight up, ball's out of bounds, will belong to Greece. And you're absolutely right, Teresa. Foul trouble could be a huge factor here, and as you saw from Artemis Spanu's reaction to the ball on the inside, so straight up it was untrue. Was not going to pull a foul. Hands it off. Greece in the half court with Papadopoulou. Kutsidu. Greece patience, let's call it that. Tempo. Multi goes inside. Defensive rotation was quick to say the least when on the read.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. And another element of this game is going to be how Greek team is able to recover defensively in transition, because obviously the Nigerian team is going to run the floor.
Fasula goes up right at the bottom of the shot clock, and Nigerian transition. I don't know who has it. Trailer will go pass and pick. They go inside. Nice tempo. Extra pass was unnecessary because Multi read it. Ball's going to stay with Nigeria. Long two is drained. Oh, in fact, she stepped beyond the line from our position. Couldn't quite see if her feet were outside or on it. But Nigeria opened it up with a three. Spanu. And Fasula's on the floor. Spanu really does play the four. Multi.
There's been quite traffic out there on that half. There's been 4 Greek players in the corner out there, so it'll be maybe more wiser just to reverse the ball to the weak side to make the defense players move.
Kalu gets it into the half court for Nigeria. Well, Greece have already achieved the first objective, which is to slow this down.
Absolutely.
Ball's knocked away. Kutsidu almost gets a piece. Mid-range jump shot is short. And there's a whistle on the offensive boards. FIBA. Bio is picked up personal. It's if that's the only place they pick fouls up, I think they have a real chance here, because I think foul trouble could be a big thing for Nigeria. Spanu is the release against the pressure. She wraps it to Kutsidu. Kutsidu drops it inside. Asolo goes up with a hook. Ooh. Gets the drop. Old style hook shot from Malia Fasula. Ticks it over for Greece. And Multi with a real great read going up is blocked. Won't worry Atheni Multi. She's been blocked before in her career. She normally follows it up by knocking down a perimeter jump shot. We'll take a look out of bounds.
Yeah, this has been probably one of the few quick breaks we will see from Greek team in this game. Ooh.
Stolen. Absolutely everywhere. Elonu. Inside, easy two. And transition basketball, the key for Nigeria. Bobio gets the two. Nice finish on the end of the break.
Great. It's been a great play from Papadopoulou, because Kalu has been a bit lazy defensively, trying to reach from behind, and just Papadopoulou punished that.
Foul line jump shot is good. Akatora gets her first two of the night. That will not be, or the afternoon in fact, that will not be her last, I'm sure. Papadopoulou gets the benefit of a whistle. Second team foul for Nigeria. 7:14 to go in the first. Kutsidu will inbound the basketball. Multi doesn't get. Kutsidu lists. Fasulu wants. Maltzy wide open, is short. Fasula's on the glass, does a great job keeping it alive, and anything is a bonus on the offensive boards for Greece.
I think for Fasula, because she's a young player, and the fact that she had hit that first layup really gave her life into her veins, because the game before, when we've seen her against Korea, she has been struggling offensively so much. So great step up from this young player in today's game.
Sidu down the middle, a little floater for two, doesn't get the roll. And Nigeria battling themselves for it. Kalu will reverse it. They hit the second side. Greece will gap. They've got to rebound. Beautiful. Nice little pass for the ease. Well, they've blown the easy two. Akator gets it, turns in the keyway, and will go to the free throw line as Fasula picks up the personal.
And you already mentioned that before the game, Mark, that Greece really needs to box the Nigerian players out, because they are athletic. They're gonna go for the rebound, and one thing you can't compete is just to try to reach for the ball and try to get it. You need to box the players out first before you turn your head and get the ball.
First free throw is good. Evelyn Akator goes 2 for 2. Nice start for Nigeria. They've made some shots from the perimeter. Greece has got the tempo it wants, but Nigeria coping with it, not forcing, which is what Greece would have hoped they'd have done. Maltzy on the little curl off the screen, backs out, attacks the middle, gets a little contact, goes up for two, doesn't get the drop. Nigeria in transition, that's offensive.
And this is the experiences, that's the experiences, and that's why I said before this game that it will also depend, because Greece knows how to show that the players has been fouled, so really Nigeria needs to manage the personal fouls in this game.
Well, Elu's not going anywhere, that's the thing. She's not going to the basket and trying to drive. She could have easily stopped and popped if that's what she was going to do without the contact. Spanu gets it to Fasula. Sidu will take the ball screen. Spanu hasn't had a touch underneath. Will do now. Gets it, goes up off the glass for two, and blows it. And Spanu is just reliable, is an understatement. Gives you the same every week. It's unusual for her to miss that type of shot. Over picks up her second foul.
She is such a consistent player. We've seen her perform last year at the Euros. We've seen her perform here, and she just never gives up. That's the player who leaves everything on the court when she steps on.
Well, wide open in the corner for three is no good. Greece will hunt down the offensive rebound. Sidu has it with a new full team. Only more to see. Shakes a little move, gets to the lane. Never really the option to find Spanu because the Nigerian defense didn't overhelp.
Yeah, but so far Nigeria allows a Greek team to penetrate into the middle of the paint, which is definitely what they want. They want to create from out of there. So if they would have closed a little bit that middle penetration, that might would help them defensively.
5 seconds on the possession. Maltzy has it out of bounds. Sidu curls, gets her feet set, takes the tough two, is no good. Chance to run. Elu has it, looking, no options though, but breaks it down herself, looks across. Tough fadeaway jump shot is good. Well, there's somewhere in the book that says that's not a shot to take, but who should tell? Thinking you for that. 11-4 start for Nigeria, just what they wanted. Spanu fighting for it, wraps it, extra pass. Sidu puts it on the floor against the closeout. Far side of the ring, blows the two, and gets a little frustrated. Kalu has it, goes inside. Maltzy comes down with it, rips it, and protects it. Dani Maltzy will give it up to Penelope Avalopoulou. Fasulu slipped the screen and one.
Yeah, Ningifa has been late for the help. She just tried to reach, and Fasula really feeling it today, let's say, under the rim.
Well, the great thing is that she didn't at all worry about the foul coming. She just looked at her eyes are. Her eyes are right where she wants to put the ball.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do against physical teams like Nigeria is. You're not focusing that someone's going to block you or foul you. You just focus on the finish up.
Well, Nigeria just about retained possession. Then they get the wide open foul line jump shot that's long. Own rebound, Makatora going up off the glass for 2.
Yeah, we've seen Greek in the zone defense, but that's even more. You have to box the players out. And Nigeria is the best rebounding team at the tournament, averaging 47 per game.
Sula has it again. Same, isn't it? Just make the same move, get the same result. There you go.
Yeah, if you're gonna stay behind, she's gonna score every time today, seems like.
Ifa, put it on the floor, steps through, second move, goes with the right hand, doesn't hit anything. Kultsidu has it. And they're the type of situations that this Greek team will just feed on. Poor missed shots, skipped. Kultsidu lines up, wide open for 3, is short. And Spanu's going to foul from behind.
And you're right, Mark, because Nigeria is not the best three-point shooter, and we've seen that against the team of Turkey, that they as well, they played zone defense. They just filled the middle of the paint, and Nigeria really took a time to kind of adjust to that defense and try to find a way how to overplay it. And right now, Greek team is sitting in that zone defense, trying to fill the middle of the paint. So the Nigerian players can't get easily into the middle of that area.
Kukamara in the game for Nigeria, gives it up. Naingifa moves it on. Murakama goes up, doesn't get the drop. Lamora comes down with it. Multi, Lamora's up the floor, thinks about the early 3. Wasn't really on balance. 13-9 with 3 to go in 1. And goes inside. The step back on the 2 is no good. And Multi. They're the shots that Greece want Nigeria to take. Mid-clock shots where they haven't really got a high percentage, mid-range, and they'll take their chances on someone getting hot from that range. Multi puts it on the floor for 2.
Great. Evelyn Nakato didn't even look at the penetration from the strong side.
So it was 13-4. It's now 13-11 as Greece do what Greece do. Naingifa has an option. Rakafa goes up again. They blow the layup under pressure. Multi has a wry look as they couldn't control the missed shot. See there again, another tough mid-clock shot, but they should be looking for shots they get off their offense. They're trying to force it, and that's what I don't know how they do it.
They just do
it. They just do it to everybody. They force you into areas of the floor where you would rather not be, but you still feel almost obliged to shoot the basketball.
I really think they are like a snake circling around the field, you know, trying to like chase them up, but slowly. It's not even the quick strategy. It's just a step by step, every possession by every possession. They do achieve their goals during these games, and they do really follow their game plans.
It's another 24 violation. Lamora's got to get it over here. Spanu will. Lamora gets it into Asula. Spanu, good first step, gets inside for 2, pretty move. Big first step, gave her the advantage. She finishes the play, and we're tied at 13. And the whistle bails out.
It's been a great read now from Naingifa, because the best way how to beat a zone defense is with the fast break, and she has really attacked that first defender before the zone defense has been even setting.
Just got to work for a better angle and a better shot, haven't they? It was the decision to go was good.
That was a great move from Spanu. And again, she attacked the middle of the paint.
We've seen the possession before that Kalu has closed Malti really well into that area, and Nigeria really needs to stick to it and allow Greek players to penetrate that middle of the paint if they want to succeed.
Now joined in the backcourt by Kristinaki. Greek really getting into the rotation. Stamati's in the game too. Sula gets it off. Gonna have to put this one up. And Nigeria get the turnover. And apart from Spanu, at the moment Greece have no major offensive threat on the floor. This is they're a little bit vulnerable right now, as they showed in the last set.
Yeah, I can only agree. We're missing at least one of the experienced players like Kautsidu or Malti. It almost seems like if they both sitting off the bench, they're really ineffective offensively.
Well, they stay with the pretty much a 2-3 matchup, but it's not really aggressive on the ball. They're quite happy for the three to be taken as long as they then rebound. That was so poor. He hit nothing. Three going back the other way. And Spanu could have a career night on the glass if she does a good job. Lamorla.
It's like Kristinaki has taken the ball, dribbled the ball like 15 seconds, and okay, that's my game now.
Not a lot to say about any of that, was there? It was just dribble, 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 I'll take a shot.
Yep.
33 seconds to go in one. We're tied at 15. It's about the numbers we thought we'd have. And Greece, the Nigerians with a three in the corner is off. And that's so important. Lamora drops from the guard spot to rebound. And Greece will hold for the last shot of what's been pretty much typical what we thought this game was going to be. Sula for the blows it, and they ran everything beautifully. And Fasula just wandered down the middle, wide open, and she's made tough ones already in the first quarter and missed the easiest shot she's had. Currently at the University of Vanderbilt. She will not be fazed by the athleticism coming out of the NCAA. Asula is the release. Someone's got to get this away. Kristinaki will for three. Is short. And almost Greece had two wide open opportunities to end the half in the ascendancy, but they're locked at 15 with Nigeria. The first time these two teams have played in World Cup history. Locked together at 15 at the end of the first quarter. Well, statistically, everyone's going to be locked up at pretty much the same. Minor differences because there's not that been many shots taken. As such, 0 for 5 for Greece from three. That number has to increase, I think, if Greece are going to get the win. They're the stats for this game. The rest of all the information you want is on the Women's World Cup app. So you download that from your normal provider and get all the information on Greece and Nigeria. On Ivani Multi, and there's a profile to just look at in awe for Ivani Multi, the years she has played in FIBA competitions. Greece will have the possession at the start of the second half. Sidu's coming back, Multi's coming back, so they survived that period without two of the established players, should we say. Spanu is still out there. She's got one of those engines that doesn't ever seem to run out of petrol.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the few players we know that she never gives up on the court and always shows you her best.
Lamorla has it, and Greece are in the half court. Maltzy thinks about it and goes away from it. Kristinaki, and that's where Maltzy's going off the second screen.
And that's her move. That's her move.
Just a little show to the basketball to get the defense where she wanted them, and then just ran her off the stagger. Comes up open, knocks it down. Greece have the 3-point lead. Kalu backs it out, tries to create a little separation from the defense. Ball's dropped inside by Edovrakoka. And there's another 24. And it's just...
Yeah, we know.
I'm very keen for referees to keep the bench under control. The Greek bench just stood up and clapped the 24-second to be told to sit down. He's a little bit over the top, should we say.
You want the players to be engaged.
Absolutely.
Even from the bench.
They're not getting up and criticizing, they're not getting up and shouting, either in the wrong way, they're just applauding their teammates. 5 turnovers for Nigeria against the 3 for Greece. That's another department that Greece has to win the battle on. Kultsidu gets to the foul line, drops it into Spanu. This will be interesting, one-on-one in the post. Little head and shoulder, scoops it, doesn't get the drop. What a rebound! Line of pass from Kristinaki. University of Maryland student, rebound, assist, rack up those positive numbers.
And you can't help it, but again, Greece has been able to recover defensively and forcing Nigeria to play 5 against 5.
So with the mid-range jump shot that doesn't get the drop. It's one thing to say you're going to run a zone to frustrate Nigeria, but then to execute it, no one does it like Greece.
Exactly, because you would say, okay, that Nigeria is very athletic. Oh.
That's a second foul on Spanu, whatever we think of it.
Yeah, but we've seen already that Coach Keramidas trusting his players. So it'll be interested now to see the reaction of coach of a Greek team. But I think he's going to trust Spanu and keep her on the court maybe for a little bit longer.
I'm not sure what...
I know.
I'm not sure at all where that one came from.
Yep.
Amu Kamala will move it on. Nigeria frustrated by the matchup zone, frustrated by the fact that there's a blue wall in the blue keyway. That's offensive. Spanu straight on the torso. Contact right there.
It's almost like when the dog is on the leash, and seriously, the leash is in the hands of the Greek team right now, because they do really stop the quick breaks of Nigeria, and they do really force them to play 5 against 5. That's exactly what they want.
Spanu will sit with her 2 fouls after playing the first 12 of the game. And Fasula's giving him that option. She was very effective in the first quarter. That one more player is so effective. Back cut, Maltzy for 2. I think that's called being educated. Showed to the ball, overplayed a passing lane and just released. Dangerous for this for Nigeria, because if they get frustrated as much as they're being frustrated at the moment, I don't know what answers they'll have. Someone's going to make a shot. Kalu for 3, there it is.
You just go for it, Mark, because it's really important that Kalu made this shot to make the Greek defense to contest those long-distance shots a little bit more and step out of that paint to open up for the Nigerians bigs to attack that space.
Meanwhile, down the offensive end, Yathani Maltzy in the corner throws an air ball. 22-18.
Is that offensive foul?
Yeah, offensive foul on a clear out. Let's take a look, watch. There you go. Wasn't really an elbow. It was more of a protection of the basketball, although, you know, she dipped her shoulder And Lamora or Christinaki, whoever it was, just made sure there was a little bit of a contact. But there was no need to do it. That's the other thing. You know?
And we know Greek's gonna show. They know they're so experienced. They're gonna be positioning wise.
Christinaki has his stolen chance to run. They've got numbers down the floor here, Nigeria. They've got to attack it. Poor decision in terms of shot. Great work on the glass. Another offensive rebound. Akatar goes up and is fouled.
And this is why Nigeria is the best rebounding team at the tournament. It's almost like they just shoot the ball to go for that offensive rebound.
And let's almost do that in transition. You got even more chance. But on that, the disappointing thing around Nigeria on that possession is they didn't really run. They had 5 guys, 5 on 2 at one point if they'd have really committed. That became 5 on 3 and 5 on 4 because Greece ran back faster than they ran the break. That can never be the case if you want to make the quarterfinal. Can never be the case. Second one is no good, but I think we're going to shoot it again because it looks like we're talking about a lane violation. We haven't seen a lane violation for 3 days. In the first 2 games, we've seen 3. Multzi, being incredibly smart, says, my hair's messed up. Can you please just wait until I do it? Otherwise, it's not safe. And she thanks the official. It's had to be the veteran.
Yep. You're working the officials out, let's say, during the whole game.
Ithani Multzi.
She has mentioned yesterday in those interviews that she's going to play till she dies. What a statement from this veteran.
Well, I'm sure the rest of Europe is not happy about that in the sense that they thought they may be seeing the last of a great. Tough move, tough finish off the glass. Akator takes the team and carries them, gets another 2 points. Kortsida will be so disappointed she didn't make the 2. Tough second move.
It's the second personal of Evelyn Akator. And it comes to our point that we mentioned before the game, how important it's going to be management of personal fouls in this game. And it's still 6 minutes to go in the second quarter of this game. And you see the communication right now. People behind on the television doesn't see it, but Coach Ortiz is communicating with Evelyn Akator to tell her, look, you have 2 personal fouls, so just manage it well.
Well, Spanu's back. Christinaki gives some quality minutes there. Absolute quality minutes. Stretch it to the corner.
Zone defense again from Greek team.
Kelly finds a little seam, short jump shot, can't get it to drop, but they will get the rebound. Akator goes up, gets the 2. And she really is trying to make sure her country gets to the quarterfinals and faces the United States of America, because that's the prize that waits for the winners here.
Really nice to see how Nigeria really tried to be in the screen earlier than the offensive player.
Lamora floats one. Greece get the off. Multi goes back up with it, doesn't get anything on it. Unusually for Greece, I thought they'd have taken it out, and that's an unsportsmanlike foul called on Lamora.
Lamora couldn't cover this quick penetration of
Lamora's going to sit.
Amukamara. She had a great game actually, Amukamara, yesterday, scoring 16 points for Nigeria against that tough game against Argentina.
Nikolopoulou's in the game for Greece, and the referee, and
that was pretty much happening. Probably.
Quite sure what's going on.
I think maybe the substitution that people hasn't waited for officials, maybe to go.
I think she has. It's because you have, if you have, it's the legging things under your shorts. They have
It's
to
a different color.
All the team has to have the same color. Therefore, unfortunately for Nigeria, after that, Amu Kamala misses the first of the unsportsmanlike fouls and goes over 2.
To be missing the free first can really cost you game at the end, and Nigeria really need to focus so far, shooting under 50% from the line.
Nikolopoulou checking in now with the appropriate or lack of inappropriate leg wear in the game. Kalu, pick and pop high, wide open, but on the 2 feet on the three-point line. They can't put the offensive rebound back, and Greece are going to get that. Nikolopoulou doesn't like the numbers. I'm sure will literally need to get it out and recycle it. Multi.
That's a big mismatch right now. Spanu with
Oh, great work. Oh, tremendous work by Nikolopoulou going back. You know, for 3, just knocks it down. And again, there's half the coaches in the gym going, what is she doing taking the 3? Well, that's a shot. That's what she wants to do. You take that away from her, she's not going to be an effective option for you. Here's Sidhu. Puts it on the floor, tries to use what she has, kicks it. Spanu saves it with the 3, is off. And Nigeria go to the races, and Multi breaks it up. Greece will take the timeout. They trail 1 with 4:18 to go in the half. And with the score at 25-24, there's one team that's happy with the tempo of the game. That's got to be Greece. Although the last few times down the floor, very un-Greece-like in decision-making. And they've allowed Nigeria points in transition.
We see the confirmation of our word prior to the game that the percentage from the field is very low, 33, 36 of Greece ones. We know Greece has been shooting so far 37.4% from the field, and Nigeria 34.9, which is the 2, let's say, lowest percentages at this tournament from the field. So that makes kind of logical decision that you want to run the floor and shoot from the breaks more than just 5 against 5. So as you already mentioned, Mark, it definitely plays in favor for Greek team right now. Evelyn Akatur having 7 rebounds already, 4 offensive rebounds and 3 defensive. That just tells you about that will to go for it and why Nigeria is the best team in rebounding at this tournament so far.
Akatur with 10 and 7 already. He's literally putting in a shift. Here is Nikolopoulou into the half court. Stignaki looks down low, needs to get it into Sidhu. Sidhu with space, goes up with a soft touch for 2. Beautiful move on the baseline. Ball's knocked away again, and Nikolopoulou comes up with a second steal. And she shows a little Greek smarts and pulls it out. That'll be the 4th team foul on Nigeria. 3:46 to go in the half. Greece don't mind winning 40-39. They'll be quite happy.
Yeah, and again, this is the reaching foul from Kalu, and she picked up the second person, and none of those fouls has been really, let's say, tactical fouls or something. It's been just reaching for the ball.
Ball still stay with Greece. 16 on the possession. 3:42 in the half. Substitution coming in for Nigeria. Sarah Oki. How good was she against Turkey the other night? Just literally poured it in from anywhere.
Yeah, she has been just amazing, scoring 22 points in that game. She just shoot the ball 50%, so she's definitely one of the key elements.
Kilopoulou with a layup, blows it. Spanu's on the glass, but can't go against the two defenders, and Nigeria have a chance to retake the lead. Goki will get it, thinks about it, goes down low.
Beautiful.
Nice pass.
That weak side cut is such effective, and it's so important timing up as well to use the, let's say, collapse of defense, that they don't pay attention to weak side.
Spano likes the matchup, I think. She's going to try and play her on the dribble. In the lane, kicks it. The three is gone. Short defensive rebound pulled in. And Nigeria will advance it, but not at the pace they want to. Anyway, puts it on the floor with the runner to the left, doesn't get the drop. Defensive rebound belongs to Spiriopoulou. Sidhu gives it up. Spiriopoulou penetrates, almost turns it over. Kilopoulou, little foul line jump shot, doesn't get the roll. And we're still at 27-26. Gifa has it, almost has it taken away. Now she needs a pass. They've got to actually make, the movement's got to be better. That's the key. The three has gone in short. Of course, Sidhu comes down with a defensive rebound and so at it again. Kilopoulou gets it over the halfway line, extends the horns, but doesn't really use Spanu's horns. Falls out of bounds as Kristen. Well, Kristinaki just had her back to her, so even Greece is starting to.
Yeah, and we could see that when we mentioned already that yesterday Evina Malta didn't really have her shots in the game, and we mentioned how important is her presence on the court, and you could see they had a slightly flat movement right now, her sitting on the bench. So great move from Konstantinos Keramidas to put her back, because she drags the attention. She just drags the attention of all defense, and that allows the other players to have a spacing to play to.
Weak on the end line. Spiriopoulou will get Maltzi on the same play. And Maltzi's long this time. Spanu tries to get after it, but Nigeria secure it. Still 27-26. Both teams have been pointless for about 3 minutes at the minute. Kamara moves it on. Naeem Gifa goes inside. Nice little move to the baseline, but Elenu can't get the drop. Gets the rebound, nowhere to go. And of course Sidhu gives it up. Maltzi has it. Has numbers down the floor. Wide open on the end of the break for three is short. That will fall to Etheni Maltzi. Thinks about going to the hoop, but recycles, and 8 on the possession. Poor pass. It's a 1-1 break for the easy two.
And we see that Nigeria put on a Greek 8 turnovers. And Nigeria is so effective punishing them.
Kilopoulou checking back in. Kilopoulou sits down. Cecilia Goki checks in, number 30. Sarah Goki moves it on.
And we see them back to
Cecilia
99.
Ogoki off the glass for 2.
I'm pretty sure it won't take too long, and we will see Greek team again in that zone defense, because it has been so effective, and right now Greek back to man, and Nigeria finds a way how to penetrate into that type of defense.
Oh, Greece take the timeout. 30 seconds to go. Nice little spell here for Nigeria. Greece have been stuck on 26 for around over 4 minutes now. But Nigeria with the Last two quick ones open out the 5 points advantage. And in a low scoring game, the 5 point advantage is a reasonable number.
Αρχίζουμε τα κοψίματα. Το 5 το απλό. Και παίζει ένας με έναν και εσύ ελέγχεις πότε θα γυρίσεις, θα πάρεις το καλάτι. Ένας με έναν σε παίζει, δεν δίνει βοήθεια. Γιατί φοβούνται τα περιφερειακά σούτ από τη Μάλτη και την Καλτσίνη. Άρα παίζει ένα με ένα μέχρι τέλος. Εντάξει. Στη συνέχεια.
64 steals for Nigeria. It's not even forced turnovers here. You can see that it's just about executing the plays. So far on 9 points, shooting 75% from threes. That's definitely carries Nigeria at the moment, and carried at the time that Greek played that zone defense.
So 30 seconds to go in the first half. And Paulina Velopoulou having some problems, but behind Fasola, the double team comes. I think they're going to call it held. And the ball will go back to Nigeria.
That's been quite a strong move to go trap from the strong side, but the Nigerian player has used that Fasola didn't know that she's coming.
Goki backs out. 8 on it now, she'll go at it. Takes the tough 2 off the glass, is no good. And Multi has it. 1, she realizes, pulls up. Gets it to go! We needed a Multi moment. We've just had a Multi moment. I think they want to go and look at it, but it looked pretty good to me.
To me as well, Mark. Let's see, I'm pretty sure the official's going to go and check.
Yeah, they should, and they have to.
And why not?
Why have they not got a picture of the backboard?
Yeah, the ball and the red line.
Oh, they have. And this one here.
It's a little bit, yeah.
The ball is in the hand. I don't think they're going to count it.
Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately, you're right, I guess.
Going to wipe it off.
Ball in the hands, no basket.
Yeah.
No. Well, we thought we had a Multi moment. There's no point in anyone being...
But you know what?
She has it in her hand. You can see it in real time. The red light was on before she released it.
Right, that's true. But even though it hasn't been valid at this situation, I'm pretty sure the Greek, you know their nation, and these moments that she was able to do it, even though it hasn't been counted, could definitely just play in a favor of Greek team's energy.
Well, that'll do it for the first half. We thought we had a Multi moment. We almost had a Multi moment. But she definitely had not released the basketball. 31-26 at the half. I'm still, if I have to be pushed, favour Greece. And the 5 points is they're used to these situations. Nigeria have had opportunities. They lead it by the 5. There's the stats on the game. It's not going to be a great reading if you're a Greek fan. 9% from the 3-point line. That's the one multi-3 she made earlier in the half. Everything else is pretty even. Low scoring game. Nigeria have it. 31-26 at the half. We're going to leave you with a look at the highlights of that first half. Game still close, game on the line. The USA awaits the winners, and we'll be back in around 10 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to Tenerife. David Akator had a 10.7 rebounds first half and was a major contribution to the 31-26 scoreline. In most of the conversations at the half here in terms of was just the lack of efficiency in the Greek offense. A lot of standing still, apart from the little stagger play that gets Mulci a three. There's not a lot of activity, and haven't seen Spanu operating under the inside, even though they got a bonus when Fasula came up with an early 6 points. So 26 points is not a great return for Greece, and don't forget, they really should have beaten France in the group. Gave France a chance to come back from 6 with not a lot of time left in the game. So I suppose it's one of those, which Greek team offensively are going to show up? They cannot just look to Ethani Mulci for all their offensive answers. Teresa, it's interesting to see the way Nigeria played. It's still struggling against the zone, but still have the 5-point lead.
Yeah, indeed, and I think the question is how long the Greek can kind of manage to stick to their game plan, because I really feel like Nigeria is ticking bomb in terms of their athleticism, in terms of their transition offense. And seriously, like, if Greeks not gonna stop them in their transition offense, they're gonna go and grab the win, because Nigeria is athletic team supported by great offensive and defensive rebounding as well. So it will be a tough task for Greece to stop Nigerian team.
Well, Coach Hooley must be happy, because his team have not played great, but they've actually been effective against this, the way that Greece have actually decided to play this. There's Mulci getting some treatment on that back. She had a little bit of a back spasm in the win over Korea. The thing that you hold on to if you're a Greek fan is that your team finds a way to win these games. They find a way to frustrate an opponent. They always give themselves a chance, and are so used to that environment that they make great decisions down the stretch. Nigeria, the one thing that is guaranteed in this situation is they are not used to this environment. First time in a knockout game in the World Cup. So it's a great opportunity, but will they get over the line? Will they be able to cope with a Greek team that's probably going to come up with some adjustments after the first half? Here we are then, second half, just about to get underway. Steliana Koutsinou will inbound the basketball, and Pavla Popoulou will get it into the half court. Spanu with the screen for Koutsinou, then they split. Mulci puts it on the floor, they try and open the middle, she comes down, but great hands. Tremendous hands, 2-on-1 break. They go up with a tough one, too tough one, and Mulci comes down with a rebound. And Greece just right straight back. Akator with the steal, she goes down the floor. I think she traveled, yes she did.
With a little help of Femina Mulci to the officials. And again, we see straight away the intention of Nigerian team to run the floor. So Greece really needs to avoid those turnovers and giving Nigeria's opportunities to transition offense.
11 and 12 on the turnovers, are up there with the leading scorers of the game at the moment. Mulci on the three-point line will take the ball screen, the hard show, that means she has to give it up. Great move by Fasola to get the roll. The guy guarding her had left and stayed on the hard show, so she slipped early, and Koutsinou found her perfectly. The mid-range two is off, and the foul is going to be called on Steliana Koutsinou. That'll be foul number 1 for her. And for Greece, that's a great sign, because Koutsinou at times will become foul prone. So she's got one half of basketball with 5 fouls.
This has been great recognition, because Kalu couldn't guard Fasola. First of all, she has 2 personal fouls, and second, she's way shorter in size.
Baseline jump shot is good for Ningifa. So hands it off. And Pavlopoulou in the lane will kick it. Mulci wide open in the corner, can't get it to go. And as much as I'd like to think that Greece would find other ways to score, Mulci's got to have a game, I think, for them to win. Move to the middle, whistle and one. And with Ithani Multzi, she definitely travelled on the crossover. She picks it up and stepped through, changed the pivot foot. Koursidou picks up a second quick one. It's too late for the travel because she'd already picked the pivot foot up, but tough move to finish with.
And another impressive move from Promise Amukamara. Great game, 16 points against Argentina for this 25-year-old guard.
Gets the drop, completes the M1.
One thing where we can say Nigeria doesn't like the tempo of the game, so they now came out with the full court pressing just to try to change the tempo a little bit.
They rotate into the lane, ball out of bounds. Koursidou was the intended target, but Naim Gifa really dropped to the line of the ball really well. Coach Kilamides has got the brains trust going at the moment. He's got to find a solution here. Multzi will inbound to Sula. Koursidou finds Multzi, nice pass. Multzi in the lane. Go inside, they turned it over. They're going to actually have to put it up. Spanunu's after the buzzer. Nigeria have a chance to run. Chance to have a double-digit lead. Off the glass, no good. Multzi going the other way and has numbers. 4-on-3 break for Greece. Asula, poor decision. Just, it's the underside of the ring. Nigeria the other way. Going up for two is no good. Great work on the glass. Ningifa with a reverse layup when she had people begging for it. Asula will advance the basketball. 2-on-1. Harris, it ended up 2-on-1. They blow that too. Spanu goes from 2 feet. Couldn't get it to drop.
And this is the factor, because Greece can't rely only on Evin and Malti offensively. We really need to see another experienced player to step up. Either if it's Spanu or Koursidou. Koursidou hasn't been really seen in this game yet, and she's usually one of the leaders as well.
So, I wouldn't say rebounds the ball, catches the ball basically. Then Yamodzi. Greece just hoping they get some Multzi time here. The hard show. Multzi needs a pass. Great find. Open for three is good. And Pavlov Palou gets the three and it goes to 5 personal, and Greece need other peoples to knock down shots because, as Teresa said, a number of occasions Multzi will get followed, will draw attention. To the inside, double team. Koursidou could have taken that. Tough move off the grass is no good. Who's coming up with it? Going to have a whistle on the play. Spanu's going to pick up the personal.
And technical. At the same time. Which could really hurt the Greek team right now. Because that would mean that Spanu will be on 4 personal fouls. Yep.
Spanu's trying to explain that as frustration. Sotilu checks back in.
This is a quite crucial moment. We don't want to underestimate Sotilu, but Spanu has been really key player for a Greek team, offensively and defensively. And this little mental breakdown at this stage of the game, it is really, really, let's say, a small decision,
Well,
a reaction.
On to 14 fouls as well, Teresa. It's
Yep.
a long time to have 4 with Nigeria on 0. Not the stat we'd have probably expected to see. Ilonu on the floor, puts it to the left hand, can't get that to drop. Nigeria if Nigeria trusted each other a little bit here and moved the ball, they would get open looks.
Yeah, because it's a lot. The game is based on loads of one-on-one penetration.
Fasula just blows another open 2-footer. Sotilu can't keep it alive. Ball goes back to Nigeria. And Fasula from 2 feet just has to finish the play. Ulita Lamora checks back in. Plays in Thessaloniki with Pauk. 6-point game. It's going to be, I don't think anyone's getting blown away here. The open three for Nafingo is no good, but gets her own rebound off the glass for two.
And we see again the Greek teams coming back to that zone defense, but you gotta box the players out. Nigerian team starts to dominate on the board, especially in the offensive half, because 14 offensive rebounds so far for Nigeria and 19 defensive.
So timeout. Greece have to. It's one of those things. It's not they have to find someone, but they have to an extent. The misses from 2 feet, it's almost a malaise that's developed through the game.
Yeah.
Spanu, who I think, if you remember, missed the little bunny from 2 feet just before the foul. And it's just 11 second chance points for Nigeria. Greece have had the same, pretty much, a number of the same opportunities. They just have not been able to complete plays.
This is the confirmation of beginning of the dominance on the board for Nigeria team. Grabbing 14 offensive rebounds, that tells you a lot, and really Greece needs to adjust. And if they want to be in that zone defense, that's a really crucial element. You gotta go and find a player to box them out.
Eight and 4 on their 20 minutes for Nagin Ifa. For Nigeria, she's one of the players really stepping up and supporting Agator. Sotilu and Lamura combined, but they've only got 13 seconds in the half court now. Multzi will find Korsidu, who's going to have to start to be assertive offensively. Far side, the ring is blocked. And when you say blocked, really blocked. 8-point game. Chance for Nigeria to go double digits again. Poor shot, Multzi just does the same and then gets a little attitude with it. Gotta love it.
It's not every day that a guard's gonna block the ball like this, so.
Is that the thing that sparks a little bit more rhythm to Greece? Shot in the lane is short, defensive rebound. As we're hanging on, they're gonna go jump. And now the Greek bench has a technical foul.
It's a bit of frustration right now from the Greek side, either if it's players or bench. Coach Otis Hagley is using the time to talk to his players.
Kalu's on the free throw line, knocks that down. Amu Kamala to the far side of the ring with a tough one. 11-point lead for Nigeria. Could be looking at history here. Nigeria getting to the quarterfinals. Multzi moves it on. So Tilu and Korsidu. Korsidu baseline is fouled. And for a team that apparently we thought would be aggressive, trying to make things happen with their defense, it's their first team foul of the third quarter. And that discipline has really reaped benefits for them.
You just mentioned it. It's not that they hasn't been aggressive. They've just been very disciplined, as you just said. Defensive and not to commit a fouls.
There's a holding foul on the inbound. They're going to have to call that too, or they're going to go no. They're going to go, you've got to give him a meter. Substitution for Nigeria.
Yeah, Agatur on third personal foul in the possession before.
And I kind of have a feeling right now Nigeria is dealing better way with the, let's say, non-calls of some situations for officials, because they used to. African basketball has been played physically.
They threw it away on the end line. 4-on-1 break, easy two, and Nigeria just trying to explode here. They lead it by 13 against a Greek team that does not score points. Lamora, someone's going to have to get going for Greece right now. They do not have to close this margin right away, but they have to get something going offensively. Skip, Kultsiru keeps it alive. Sotiro had the drive lane, settles for the jumper, and is no good. And Greece are almost 5 out, but standing still 5 out. The 3 in transition. And that's going to be an offensive foul because Sotilu had position. Everyone's climbing all over her back. And Greece will take the timeout. 3:55 to go in the third. It's only a 13-point game, but it's a 13-point game in a 44-31.
Yeah, Nigeria leading this third quarter 13-5 so far. And it tells you that Greek team maybe starts to struggle with that aggressive defense, quick rebounds of Nigeria, and really aiming to run the quick breaks, because right now they are unable to stop their transition offense. It comes again to the low percentage of the shots, because Greek team needs to hit some shots. There's no one really effective offensively at the moment.
Well, neither team is lighting it up from 3. But what Nigeria are doing at the moment is hitting the glass hard. 15 offensive rebounds, and that's the difference in the game. What we really, the question is, well, one of the many questions that are faced by Coach Vidas is that same question we asked in other games. What's he saving Spanu for? You know, he's down 13, 3:55 to go. I kind of think this will be his last opportunity to try and get a run going without her. Someone's got to tell, you know, Fasula and whoever else on the inside, just get after it, finish plays.
Yeah,
If they do that, there's going to be a lot of missed shots in this game.
You're absolutely right, Mark, because right now Nigeria is leading by 13 points, and if now you won't stop them, then you probably won't stop them for the rest of the game, because they are right now on the top of the horse.
Sotilu does a pretty nice job. Cosma, who's not going to shoot it. She may well penetrate, but not shoot it. Gets the pass, takes the hand off. Limola. Cosma gets it down low. 3 on the clock. Goes with the right hand. Hits nothing. And pretty much, if Nigeria stop Multi getting the ball, I don't know if there's enough offense on the floor at the moment for Greece.
And you would say when Greece has played that offense a little bit with more patience and more action in there, they could beat Nigerians' defense. But
nice back cut for 2 is good.
And just finishing the defense, because obviously Greece right now trying to fight one-on-one the athletic and aggressive defensive players of Nigeria.
Kultsiru outside the three-point line, looks for options, take the baseline, that's a blocking foul. Greece will. Fasula needs to get into double digits, that's the first objective for her. I don't think it matters if it's double digits, rebounds or points, but they need the Vanderbilt center to really make some contribution now for the next 13 minutes of this game. Plenty of time left for Greece. They've just got to find a way to become efficient and effective. Lamora gets to the lane. Kultsiru mid-range, just simply has to go. Is long. Fasula gets the board. And it's another foul. Defend. That'll be the 4th team foul, which is one of the first good news stories for Greece in the second half. Akator comes back. Crucial moments. This is where they have to maintain what they have. If they let Greece back in now, it'll be an issue. They could actually keep Greece out of the game right now. Fasula thinks she's open, but not giving a target at all. Silu finds Maltzy, quick release for three, count it! Well, the arena music gives it the trumpet and the arrival of the cavalry. Well, I think that's best describes what it is. Danny Maltzy is the cavalry at the moment. Akator on the inside, Maltzy gets a piece of. The tough shove at Akator on the glass. There's a hold as Kultsidu just ripped it through, and that's the sort of move she has to make. She doesn't have to make great plays. And if you're in the Greek bench now, you want to know why there's no T. The referee has to stop and tell someone not to say too many things. Well, he didn't give Spanu that opportunity, and she banged the ball down in frustration. And this is why people like me get a little uptight. If you're going to start throwing T's, you have to keep throwing them.
Yeah, and be consistent with the officiating like this. Yeah, absolutely right. But back to Kultsidu, she really needs to step up in this game. And she has recognized really well right now there was no one on the split line, and Ningifa didn't step away from her to cover this penetration. So great play from Kultsidu.
Qatar steps out with 3 fouls. Kultsidu, well, Maltzy made the 3. Kultsidu on the free throw line. The 2 vets have to start turning this around for Greece. Makes the first. It's been so good over her career. She's just got to give it one more game here for Greece. And she makes both. 2 minutes to go in the third. Greece cut it to 12. Nigeria don't have Akator on the floor.
Nigeria doesn't have all first lineup.
Oh, they take the 3 though. Way long. And Kamara couldn't get it to drop. Maltzy has it. Lamora will advance it. Gets it into the half court. Being given a hard time by Agoki. So true. Fasula goes to the middle, comes back to the right hand, is fouled. And whether it was a correct call or not, there is absolutely no reason for anyone defensively to get involved there as Edefa Rikoa.
Let's see it again. Great position.
It's going to be a foul because she's really going to, well, she just moved into her. She says she's standing up straight, probably moved into her. So the team foul situation is really favouring Greece on their comeback here. Asula just has to make it.
And look at the line on the board, like Akato 3 personal fouls, Ningifa 3 personal fouls, Kalu 3 personal fouls, Imbovic 4 personal fouls. Right now, really, Nigeria needs to start to manage these fouls to be able to play.
Kultsidu with the offensive rebound, can't control it. And it goes out of bounds, 126, 48-36, but better signs for Greece. There's light at the end of that tunnel. Nigeria trying to manage the foul situation, manage the lead. I don't know if all those things just play. If they just play, I think they're fine here.
Well, right now
high pick and roll, they come off the screen, looks to turn the corner. They missed it on the inside, still. And you've got numbers down the floor, but no one commits. Lamora has it. Greece in the half court. Fasula with a big body screen. Maltzy, baseline, steps back for the long 2 is long. Fasula with a great rebound. Lamora gets to the foul line, floats it for 2, doesn't get it to drop. And they dodge a bullet, Nigeria. They look long. Numbers down the floor. Atoku goes inside. Hirofoka. And there was never a pass for Akoki to make, and Olu was never open. Greece, with 41 seconds, can cut this to 10 or 9.
And I'm a bit surprised why Nigeria didn't take that quick break, because this lineup again settles down to play 5 against 5 on the offensive half. And that's exactly what the Greek team wants again.
Lamora will advance the ball. Greece in the half court. Istinaki. They miss Mulzi going down. Mulzi will back screen and pop here. As a holding foul. And a Koki. Chance to cut it to a 10-point game. And there is a foul because the palm of the hand disappears onto the body.
And you don't see it often that Gord is posting up taller guard. That's been a great look from Kautsu to deliver the ball there for Kristinaki.
Well, that's 0 for 3 on the last trips to the line. If you're in a hole, you've got to stop digging. You've got to start climbing out. And that's the way to climb out, make the throws. 11-point game. Greek fans, should we say, thinking about a comeback. Nigeria will try and hold for the last shot of the third quarter. A third quarter that has seen them open up a double-digit lead. Anuakara kicks. They line up the three and way off. Steniaki's got chance here. Throws up those. Travel called. 1.3 seconds for Nigeria to try and launch one from wherever they catch the inbounds.
Someone's going to get the ball right now and penetrate all the way towards the basket. Ah,
Not with 1.3 seconds, I don't think, but they're going to take the timeout. Well, he's already used one. Is this his second? Or is this his first? Just wait for the scoreboard. Well, for those of you that watched some of the men's World Cup qualifiers, 0.4 of a second is all you need on the sideline to throw the lob. But I don't know if Nigeria have anyone that can play above the ring. But it looks like he only had, it's his first time out, so he's used up one. Rebound-wise, 16 offensive rebounds is still the difference between these two teams. So Coach Hooley is going to draw it up, and if he gets this, it's a big, big momentum swing for him.
And we see that Nigeria has really wide a bench contribution again against Greece.
So coming in for the last 1.3 seconds of the third quarter. Nigeria have an opportunity to make a World Cup quarter-final here. Amu Kamara will inbound. Well, they're not going long. And they just about get it in. And there's he stepped on the out of bounds. And there's only 0.2, so there's no point. Others were just, it's all over now.
Oh!
Officially, it shouldn't have counted, but we'd have got excited about it. I tell you what we are excited about, though. It's the opportunity Nigeria have. 11 points at the end of three. They lead Greece 48-37. 10 minutes away from their first ever World Cup quarter-final. Statistically, it's not one for the purists in terms of offensive efficiency nor free throw shooting, but what it's got is a big prize on the end of it for both these countries. Nigeria's first ever World Cup quarter-final appearance, and there's the only person who can stop it happen. Danny Multi, her and Sidhu are just going to have to get it done for Greece. Anybody else making a contribution, they need other contributions. Going to be a bonus, unless they take the risk of going back with Spanu. And there's so many things that would push you to put Spanu back in the game now. But They're going to resist the temptation. They're saving her for later in the game. Later in the game may never come, Teresa.
We will see. I would leave it open because we've seen for Greek team that they're able to really walk the opponent off, and they're way too experienced. But as you already mentioned, we need other players to step up. Vesula needs to start to make the easy layups. She's been missing again in this game. And Katsidu needs to take a little bit more responsibility as well, and the pressure off the Evinomos' shoulders.
So 10 minutes away from the quarterfinal of the Women's World Cup, and Nigeria have an 11-point start to get there. Akator in the game with 3. They go inside. They're going to just about retain it, need a pass. Nice cut, though. Well, and Amu Kamara just couldn't complete the play, but they retain possession. 1 loss on the glass this game at the moment. Tar goes to the baseline, steps through, and cannot get the 2 to drop. Multi has it in transition. Takes the early screen, gets inside, drops it to Fasula, gets the 2. Exactly what Fasula needs to do. Double-digit points, 5 from 9 from the floor, and we're back in single digits. Tar outside, stolen by Multi. She's trying to do it at both ends. And they throw it away, and Multi. Is her emotion going to be enough to carry Greece back into this game at this moment? I've got to say yes.
We've got to say yes right now. And just we need 1 or 2 players to step up as well, and it's going to be completely different Greek team offensively.
How old is Ithani Multi? You say 39 or we say 19?
We don't usually say the age of the female, but...
We say the age of everybody. Every player has the right to be a veteran and just do a huge job.
That's true, that's true.
At 39, she's playing like a 19-year-old.
I can only agree with that statement, and soon to be 40, definitely hat off to this veteran.
Well, could have given it to anybody. Gives it to Lamora. Lamora thinks the trap is coming. It doesn't. Now it does. And Kultsidu with advantage takes it inside. Fasula gets the 2. Great decision by Kultsidu. 7-point game. When does Nigeria begin to worry? Amu Kamara, nowhere to go. And Onu outside, gets it to Kalu. And Fasula plays a little football with it, gets a 14-second reset. Nowhere to go. So much traffic.
It's a great defense now from Greece.
Got to put it up. Oh, and they foul the shooter. Kalu will go to the free throw line. Great thing about Kalu there, she didn't panic, gets her feet set, she shoots the ball.
It's a shame because there was only 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and just want to contest the shot, not to give a 2 free throws shot. What you have to say, it's been great defensive possession from Greek team to force Nigeria to this time troubles.
Kalu on the free throw line, can't make the first. The weight of expectation on Coach Hewley. Chance to do what no other Nigerian coach has ever done. Multi's going to step for as little as time as possible. No, it's not, but it's Lamora steps. Multi was almost. Pavelopoulos into the half court. Multi off the screen, on the lateral screen. Asula gets it off to Lamora. Kastinaki in the post. Had the chance and had the post up. 5 on it. Multi takes a runner. Doesn't get the drop. And she also had no one in a blue shirt going after the glass. Ilonu advances the basketball. turnover. Nope, recovered. It's on the inside, turnaround is no good. Sidu with the rebound, Mulzi has it. Sheer will getting him back in this at the moment. Kulsidu thinks about it, turns it over. Chance to run the other way. Behind the backboard, throws up a poor looking shot. Mulzi has it. Corner, Kulsidu's wide open, goes inside. Fasula blows the 2-footer, gets the rebound and one. Getting the 2 wasn't enough. Makes the 2. Gets the and 1, and Spanu's going to come back. Nigeria will take the timeout.
And this has been what we've been asking for, to another player step for Greek team, and Fasula scores 6 points in this quarter so far for the Greek team.
It's more about reminding his team how they got to the position where they led by as many as 12, 13, 14 points. It's a 6-1 start. It's not like Greece have come out and like knocked everything down. It's a 6-1 start. It's not as if they haven't knocked down threes or got going quickly. They are still 6 up. Okay, there's a 1 to come. They're 6 up. They do not need to panic here. And if he's taken the timeout for that, just maybe ask them to find the thing that he really likes to run, put that on the floor, get his team to execute.
Absolutely, and I have to say Fasula has been showing really great defense on Eveli Akatur to stop her completely, to erase her from the game at the moment, because Eveli Akatur hasn't been able to do anything in that post move.
Well, that's with Spanu's in the game. Pretty much what it is, the Greek starting lineup back in the game. Fasula's on the free throw line for the extra point. He's 1 rebound away from a double-double in a qualification game at the World Cup. And we've got a 5-point game. It's 7-1 in the quarter. Nigeria just have to find a way to get a shot they want. Kalu pops it off to Ilonu. Akoki in the game. And they're just, no one's being decisive until then. Shot challenged by Kulsidu, and Greece again in transition. Avlopoulos in the lane, needs a pass, finds a pass. Kulsidu, the baseline is wide open if she takes it, takes the short jumper. Asula with the offensive rebound and the putback. Double land for her. 18 points and 10 boards. Just getting it done. The layup is off. Offensive rebound and putback is good for Akator. She does another piece of work on the glass. And Imotsi. Feet set for 3. Is long. What a rebound. Great work on the glass, but Nigeria will contain it. And Kalu will give it up. Elonu is an offensive foul, and Kulsidu takes a second charge of the game. That's what Coach Huli thinks of it. Kulsidu puts her body on the line. Obvious charge, never a drive lane.
Kulsidu has been in a great position defensively, even like 1 second before, and Lonu even made that move, so
5-point game, Greece have the basketball. Pavlopoulou gets it into the half court. Spanu, well, one thing Spanu will be is fresh. She's only got the 1 foul to give. It's called Sidu on the inside. Going baseline is fouled. It'll be an inline ball.
And you have asked Mark, like, if Greece is able to still compete in this quarter. Yeah, they do, because we know the Greek mentality. It's just that big shot of Malti, and Fasula stepped up defensively and offensively, and now even Kulsidu started to take responsibility.
Fasula is the Release of the pressure. Multi in the corner for three. Short. Still a 5-point game. Still 5.5 to go. Turn down the ball screen. Elonu has it. Puts it on the floor. Gets to the middle. Kicks it. And everything happened on that play. Spanu's on the floor.
Yeah, Greek defense really closing the middle well and allow any Nigerian player to easily penetrate right now.
Movio puts it on the floor, kicks it. Kultsidu stepped in to help. It's good to see Nigeria up the floor here. You've got to go to areas that you have advantage or strength in, and they've got to play defense up the floor. Avlopoulos gets it into the half court. A lot of activity away from the basketball. Spanu reverses. Kultsidu. No help, she's fouled again. And that's the 4th team foul on Nigeria. There is still 5 minutes, 4:55 to go. Ingifa gets the
substitution for
call.
Nigeria, the game number 10, Promise Amukamara, replacing Atoniye.
Nigeria goes small by bringing in Amukamara. Promise Amukamara. Again. Asula is the release. Multi coming back, gets it. Gets her feet set for three, is short. And she's held on the glass and will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, this number of the team foul of Nigeria definitely going to play now for a Greek team, because Greek team is experienced. They will draw the fouls right now to get on the line and get easy shots.
Well, Athene Multi struggling to make a shot, however, she's got to take them because that's her role on this team.
Exactly, and Fasula really improved her rebounding, the positioning before she grabs the rebound, so she has to trust her teammates that they're going to go and rebound each other.
But she's just refusing to lose here. Refusing to lose. She's trying to carry the emotion of a whole group, makes the first. She goes 1 for 2, 4-point game. They're edging closer. They're just not getting it done very quickly. Amu Kamara outside will take the ball screen. Nice lift by Akatar. There's the inside option. She goes in there, inside out. Elenu fumbles it. 5 on the possession. Elenu off the screen, going baseline. Fumbles out of bounds.
Again, a great hustle.
Foul called. 2 fouls on Fasula. 14-second reset. Greece had him in the last 2 seconds of. There's the foul. Obvious foul. Had him in the last 2 seconds of the shot clock again. The inbound under pressure. Kalu. Hard show by Multi. Akatar reverses it. Kamara. Up the glass for nothing. And Greece get another stop. Chance to cut this to 2-1. Avlopoulos goes inside to Fasula. The baseline's wide open. She goes up and throws it the other side of the ring. She had an ideal opportunity to get herself set and finish the play. Ilonu, the ball is reversed. It hits the second side. Amu Mukara, offensive foul. And Pavlopoulou takes one for the country. And Imo Vipopio is fouling out with 5 fouls.
She must abandon the game, and now replaced by number 21.
But again, it comes to the great compact man-to-man of Greek team right now. Any penetration, you see 2 or 3 Greek defensive players.
And Gifa's the player to check in. Well, Greece have been here before. I'm not sure if Nigeria have. That's the issue. Avlopoulos finds Multi. Turns down the screen, down the middle, big step for the 2-point game, 3:22 to go, and Multi just educated the defense.
To cut the lead
rips it through. Baseline drive in traffic. Greece get another stop. And Pavlopoulou has it. Multi wants to make sure she gets it over the halfway line. 3 minutes to go. 2-point game. Multi comes high. They're going to show on the ball screen. She doesn't take it. Steps through, has it knocked away. Pleads with the official, won't get it. She's got to share it sometimes.
Nigeria really needs to score on 3 points this quarter.
Qatar has it in the block. Nice pass. Easy
And
two is good. Ngifa. Nice pass by Qatar. Give it to the experienced person. She makes a great decision. Pavlopoulou. 2 from 10. Nigeria trying to lose an opportunity to make a quarter-final. Kultsidu just about recovers it. Needs a pass. Spanu inside. Goes into a reverse layup for 2.
That's what Spanu does really well. Those cuts from the weak side. Timing up really well.
Nigeria into the half court. 2-point game. 2 minutes to go. Ngifa. She doesn't want it out there. Kalu gets the 2. $14 points personal. It's the first field goal from 2-point range. What a time to get it. Spanu wants and gets. Spanu, she's going to go to work. This is normal areas for Spanu. Inside, second move, gets the 2.
That's a perfect post move. Footwork.
8 points personal for Spanu as Kalu has it going the other way. 120. 55-53. Baseline penetration. Ngifa can't get there. Kalu has the foot speed. Wide open. Ilanu for 3 is long, and Kasula gets the defensive rebound. And Multi looks at everyone and says, what am I doing with it here? Looks could kill. Kultsidu is fouled in the block and will go to the free throw line to tie the game with 57 seconds to go. Kalu picks up foul number 4. See, there's too much hands, that's the issue. Kultsidu's looking for it, tries to stay tied in. And we're still talking about it over here. 2-point game. Stiliana Kultsidu. On the free throw line to tie the game. 6, 4, and 5 is a quiet night. Makes the first. But would you want anybody but her or Multi on the free throw line right now? Kultsidu makes the first. We've got a 1-point game in the last minute. This is what the World Cup is all about. Kultsidu to tie it. Spanu gets the offensive rebound and they get a new 14. Spanu in the block once. He's going to go to work, feels the double team, needs a pass, finds a pass. Kultsidu, offensive foul called on Lamora. Lots of key, decisive calls by the official in a tight game. Timeout, Nigeria. They lead it by 1 with 43.6 on the clock.
Yeah, Greece still have 1 team foul to give to stop Nigerian offense in this possession.
Well, the dilemma for Nigeria here is 43.6. They could make sure they get 2 shots here if they go quickly enough. It's just, she's going to talk about a Greek defense that's going to pack it in. Kalu can break the defense down. She's been doing it consistently all night.
Okay, we over here. Find out where the ball
Simple's always better.
That
Yeah, when it comes to situations like this, definitely works.
They have kept Nigeria to 7 fourth quarter points. Greece have their biggest quarter total of the game in the fourth quarter. It's one of those scripts that Greek basketball writes. The other thing to bear in mind here, even though they've got one foul to give Greece, is that Nigeria have been good from the free throw line in most games, but they've never been in a game to reach a quarter-final of the World Cup before. So stats mean zero when it comes to this point in the game. 43.6, 1-point game, sideline ball, Nigeria. Still in touching distance of history. Oh my word. Someone's got to tell her forget it. Someone's got to tell her get back and play defense. Someone's got to tell her that we can't win it without you.
And this is the element you just mentioned, Mark. This is about to reaching quarterfinals of the World Cup, and mental side will be definitely a key element of this last 40 seconds.
And the Greek fans make sure she's more than aware of what she just did. Greece will get 2 shots at it from here, unless they really go all the way down to the bottom of the clock. Lamora trying to open it out here. 10 on the possession. Kultsidu. Baseline is open if she takes it inside. Second move up in the lane. She's fouled. Whatever happens, Nigeria are going to get this back unless they do not secure a missed shot on the glass. Demiana Kultsidu has a chance to give Greece the lead. Nain Gifa makes the walk with 5 fouls. Kultsidu in the pot, gets it to the middle, is fouled on the way up.
A little mental pressure right now for Stella Kultsidu. Who else should make those 3 fouling shots than her?
Well, only 1 for 2 last time. If we were sitting with the Nigerian fans now, it'll be, well, she only made 1 from 2. Kultsidu for the tie. Every single emotion with those 4. Kultsidu for the 1-point lead. 20.8. Nigeria have no timeout. And Greece have the 1-point lead. They have a foul to give. Nigeria trying to win it, trying to make the quarterfinal. Did Greece just play them straight, or will they send them to the sideline? Who throats one? Kamara in the lane, misses. Oh! And there's a foul on the play with 3.2 seconds to go. That's an offensive rebound of a lifetime. Grabs it, goes up strong, gets the foul. Eddie Rafoka will go to the free throw line. If she makes the first, she'll feel a lot better. Makes the first, ties the game.
Both benches on their feet.
This to give Nigeria back the lead that they've had for most of the game. Greece will still have a timeout. 1-point game for Nigeria. Timeout, Greece. Greece have 3. Well, they should have no time. They should have 3.6 seconds to get the win on the sideline. Coach Kiramides will talk it over. 3 seconds is more than enough to get a shot they want. 1 shot for Greece. 1 shot for the quarterfinal of the World Cup. Kiramides in the huddle. Who gets the shot?
There's been loads of joy and emotions on the Nigerian bench, but really 3.2 seconds for a Greek team, well-organized team, still way more than enough to bring this game to the winning end for them. So time to focus for Nigerian defense right now.
You would hope that Coach Hooley is saying, do not foul.
Absolutely. Which in this game with so many fouls on the Nigerian side has to be reminded to the players, I would say.
Surely, Lamora will get Multi the ball. And the only reason not to get it to Multi is if they chase her that hard that someone else is wide open. 3.2 seconds. Greece for the win. Multi comes off the down screen, doesn't get. They get a 5-second call on the sideline.
What a defensive position of Nigeria.
They've still got to get it in, 3.2 seconds.
Someone needs to get open.
And there's the foul, 2.3. Kalu will walk the floor. Lamora will foul out. Kalu should make the first. If she makes the first, who knows what she might do with a second, but she makes the first, it becomes a 2-point game. The hero returns. Eddie Furioka back in the game. There'll be a lot of people in Nigeria going with a blonde haircut after this if they hold on to the win. Kalu misses the first. It's still a 1-point game. There is 2.3 seconds left.
I'm pretty sure the experienced Greek team will try to draw the foul after this foul line shot.
Kalu on the free throw line to make it a 2-point game. Gets the miss, the ball's going to be loose, they're not going to have time to get it away. And Nigeria make the World Cup quarter-final for the first time in their history. Confirmation, Nigeria 57, Greece 56. What a story, what a game, what a performance. Well, every picture tells a story. There's another lot of pictures which are right here, right now. Nigeria will go on to face the United States of America. Their first appearance in a World Cup quarter-final against the #1 team and defending champions. Danny Multi. Maybe the dream finish is not to be one of the greats of the game. But Elo Edima, Eddie Faroka can dine out on those 2 free throws for a long, long time. Nigeria are going to celebrate. Coach is going to give thanks for it. That's a huge moment for Nigerian basketball. I always say the only 2 stats that really matter are 57 and 56. But Greece with 15% from the 3-point line. A stat that it's a nightmare for them. It's not an area they normally struggle in. Everything else is going to be, on these stats, is going to be pretty level. But Nigeria found a way to win. Greece were in the throes of just refusing to lose, but they just could not get over the line. Kalu with 14 points, Agatar with the steals and rebounds. Asula had a huge game, 18 points, Multi with 13. Kalu, Agatar, and Amu Kamara was just phenomenal with 13. Nigeria are World Cup quarter-finalists. These are these highlights. For 3 quarters, Greece weren't at the game. And in that fourth quarter, what a recovery, what a comeback. But so much credit to Nigeria that they, even after kicking it out of bounds, they still found a way on the offensive end, on the offensive boards to get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And seriously, Greece scored 19 points in this fourth quarter against 9 of Nigerian, and it was almost like are we able to, during the time we have to secure that comfortable lead we've had stepping into the third quarter for Nigeria, and really credit to them, because that just shows loads of mental toughness within the team. And I think it's just, as you said, no stats really matters. What matters was that really Nigeria has been able to kind of cope with the really tough game plan from a Greek team and manage their fouls by the end still, even though they have committed 24 as a team, still managed to stay in the crucial moment on the court for the leader players of the team. What a win for the Nigerian team, and what a statement as well to the world that the African teams, really, you have to count with them, because the athleticism they have, the aggression they have within there, the desire they have to play this game is just incredible. And for us, it's just to congratulate the Nigerian team to make the quarterfinals. They have tough task ahead to play the big, strong US team, but nothing to lose, absolutely.
Well, Ithani Multi, it'd have been a privilege to be talking about her at the end of her career with a successful outcome for her, but it wasn't to be. But there's the schedule. We've still got 2 games to come on this qualification day with France, Turkey, Spain, Senegal. The first 2 are done, they're in the book. Tremendous win for Nigeria, tremendous win for China. Hope you've enjoyed that one. That's been a privilege. We'll see you soon. Goodbye from Tenerife.
Un, deux, un, deux.
Hola, 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 hola. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Soy un verso libre.